It's story time. How did Alex come to own the Budget Bike Battle Ducati 999S from 44Teeth?
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo.
Well, I started watching 44Teeth when they first started out. I was watching every video, didn't comment on every video, but I gave it a like and I really enjoyed the content. I love the idea of Budget Bike Battle. I never understood why they didn't just do it like a two-stroke Budget Bike Battle. Yeah, just go and buy an RD 250 or an RD 350 or RG 250 or something like that. They got to buy it, and maybe because they knew they'd blow up, they'd just buy cheap ones. So I came across 44Teeth years and years ago, and I'm watching their videos. It gets to this point where they're doing Budget Bike Battle Italia. And I'm just thinking, I'm not into Italian bikes. At the time, I wasn't into Italian motorcycles at all. It was Japanese, German, or nothing. And then I started watching the Budget Bike Battle Italia videos, and I became enamored with this motorcycle. So much so that in my job, I might spend 50 quid on a technical manual, and that's acceptable. I ended up spending 50 quid on a book about the 999S and how the motorcycle came to be. So there I am, watching each episode of Budget Bike Battle Italia, reading this glossy book that I bought for 50 quid. Still bugs me today, doesn't it? And I'm reading this book and I'm going, oh, 999S, maybe 749. So they get to the end of their series, and this motorcycle is coming back from Europe. They've taken it to a Ducati factory. They've ridden it around Mugello and had a great time. They're both riding back, and this one decides to puke its guts out and then ends up coming back to the UK in a van. So then both the MV Augusta F4 and this 999S ended up on eBay. And it was at a time where they've told me it was at a time where 44Teeth was just kind of like still getting known. It really wasn't generating any money, and a lot of money was being thrown at it. So they needed to dump the bikes in order to get some money back in. And they put them on eBay. And I remember being on Twitter going, some fat cat banker, beginning with a W, is going to buy this bike, and they're going to put it in their collection of Ducatis, and it's never going to see the light of day. It's never going to see the road again. Sure enough, I see it on eBay. I put in as much money as I could. I bid everything. I was just like, you ever seen one of those films where they're all like playing poker? So they're in some flashy casino, and that is all. Everyone's like looking pixel perfect, and somebody gets all their chips. I'm in. That was me. So I put all my money into this bike, and lo and behold, I got outbid by a fat cat banker. It was actually, I think it was two. So the bidding went just absolutely crazy. And that was it. That was the end of me winning the Ducati 999S. So I consoled myself by buying an AVG AX8 helmet as a booby prize and just going, well, it wasn't meant to be. I'll just enjoy my helmet, and life's good. A few days go by. I think it was about 6 days, something like that. And I get this phone call from the team principal of a race team at the time, and he says, "So you're winning?" I went, "Winning what?" He went, "The Ducati." I went, no, that's all in the past, man. I got outbid by these fat cat bankers, and I just went and bought a helmet, and the helmet's just arrived. It's a very nice helmet. And he went, no, you're winning. So I goes to eBay and I has a little look at it, and I am the highest bidder. I'm not sure what happened at that point. I think I got told what happened afterwards. What happened was they pulled out. And I can't remember why. I can't remember. It's terrible, isn't it? I'm rubbish at telling stories. But they pulled out for whatever reason, probably because they don't like 999s. And I think it was, I heard a comment that somebody's wife said, "You ain't putting that in the hallway." Because it was ugly to her. Oh, Oh, okay. So yeah, they pulled out, and then I got to the office maybe a couple of minutes before the bidding ended, and I just sat there and I watched my bid. There's a video somewhere on the internet where I'm literally, I think my son was filming me, and I was sat there going, oh, this is breaking my heart, because kind of, here I am, I really wanted this bike, I'm the highest bidder, I don't have any more money to throw at it, and it went like 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and I'm like, someone's going to snipe me just at the last minute, and this is just too painful.
10,
No.
9, 8, 7,
No.
6, 5,
What?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's it. Cool.
And then the next thing it goes, you've won. I was like, pardon? How? So yeah, I ended up winning it. I went to Barnstormer Motorrad, where I met the boys from 44Teeth. It was very, very quick, the way that they grabbed me, held me upside down by my legs, and shook every penny I had out of my pockets, and then basically pushed it was, I think I got a t-shirt. I still got the t-shirt. Yeah, that was really good. Got given a t-shirt and got a photo taken, and they were like, thanks for the money and bye. I'm like, what have I done? I said to my son, what is this? What have I done? I don't even get on with Italian motorbikes. So that's how I came to, it's a very long story, isn't it? That's how I came to be the owner of this motorcycle. And one day, maybe 44Teeth will do a Budget Bike Battle reunion, maybe. I'm not hinting, and this could feature in it again, because when they first had this motorcycle, when it's shocking, it was shockingly bad, wasn't it? The only comment they'd ever say is, will it start, will it start? And you'd hear it going every time it wanted to start. But yeah, it's a real peach now, because a lot of work's taken place. Not like expensive work, just a lot of work in getting to know the motorcycle, because I didn't, up until owning one, I didn't know anything about them. So I've taken it apart a couple of times, trying to figure things out. And because of the state of the bike, because of the complexity of how it is, you can't just make a quick alteration and then that's great. You actually have to go to incredible lengths to alter something and then revisit that a few months later when you're feeling brave enough to disassemble the motorcycle. If any of you watched a really boring video I did about some easy start kit, which is to help strengthen its electrics, you'll see what faffery took place, and it was just insane the amount of effort I had to go to and what I had to disassemble just to help the motorcycle to start better. And that was one of probably 4 or 5 different things I did to help this bike be the motorcycle that it is today. Still gets used, albeit not as often. I used to use it every week, but now I use it about once a month. And the only reason is I have other motorcycles to use, and I've got other things to do, and I've got businesses to run and all that sort of good stuff. So when I do ride it, I realise that I am not an Italian Adonis, and therefore I do not fit the bike beautifully like an Italian Adonis did. God, I went to Ron Haslam Race School up at Donington Park. Oh my word. And there were these 2 guys there. They were Italian Adonises, and they had these beautiful Italian women with them, and they took the piss out of me. They were joking in Italian that my arse cheeks were hanging off the side of the bike and all this sort of stuff, because I'm a bigger set guy. And yeah, I remember when it came to scoring as to how everyone had done during the day. And those 2 guys got 54% and 55% respectively, and were called up and got their certificates, because they had some improvement to do. And then a couple of minutes later, they called my name up, and I should get the certificate out. I got 84%, which I was really, really pleased with. And so I just kind of like walked past them with it going, suck on that. A fatty just kicked your ass. And I guess that's a life lesson for all of us, isn't it? Sometimes it works out, and when it doesn't, don't say anything. Just be nice and quiet about it. Only talk about the things that work. This isn't working at the moment. I need to do its cam belts. I'm doing the Desmo service. It's getting oil and filter. Oh, this easy job. Spark plugs, easy job. Then I'm going to take the airbox off, and that is a huge job because I need to get to the Venturis. There's an issue, and everyone says, do not do it. Do not adjust it. You don't know what you're doing. Luckily, I've been able to get hold of a Ducati computer system so I can have a chat with this bike. So TPS resets aside and all that sort of stuff, I can actually get some kind of cool readings off of it and its exhaust, and I want it purring like a kitten. I want it about 1250 RPM on idle. At the moment, it's 1050 RPM and it sounds a little bit lumpy. There's some adjustments to make to the throttle bodies individually. I'm not talking about the air circuits either. I'm talking about petrol pooling on the top of the butterfly valves. Huh? But it seems like it happens, so I've got to work through that one. It's just a design thing, or maybe it just needs minor adjustments or something. Really, I should have took this bike to Moto Rapido and said, can you just do all of these tweaks to it? And gone away with a £6,000 or £7,000 bill. Or do it myself. Let's do this.
The Budget Bike Battle Italia.